As many free throws as we shoot a day. I mean, we shoot a ton of free throws a day. They make 100 free throws a day. For us to shoot 68% is not very good, particularly when we had a lot of guys that I think are pretty good shooters miss a bunch of shots, free throws. But I kept telling you, I think we can make shots. And I told you I think Nate can make shots. And obviously Aaron's made shots, and Gary's really worked at it. We're going to be a better perimeter shooting team than we've been in a while, I think.
How do you get across to them and practice not to inject like?
Well, Bob, honestly, I thought we did a pretty good job in the first half. I don't, there was a couple. I mean, I thought that the block was a charge. I thought that was an obvious block, but they've got so much pressure on them to make sure that it is a block, And I mean, the last one, the guy fell into our guy. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Get out of the way when he's falling down on you? But there's just, I don't know. I think when you put that much emphasis on watching the guy guarding the ball, I think guys get away with travels because they're not watching their feet anymore. I think guys get away with palming the ball because they're not watching it anymore. I think this thing will eventually shake out to where, hopefully that, hopefully, yeah, that it they kind of watch both. But I mean, Bob, I'm telling you, we are on them like nobody's business and every time they put their hands on somebody that, we notice we're on them about it.
Feel like a different kind of game than what you've coached the last?
Well, you know what I said? I think it'll help beer sales tremendously. I mean, there'll be so much dead time. There'll be so much time to run to the fridge. You know what I mean? It's going to be that way for a while, and I think everybody recognizes it. I think the officials know it's going to happen. I think the supervisors, I think the guys in charge, they know it's going to take some time to try to do it. I wish that we had the same kind of emphasis off the ball, because I don't think we do. Now we're supposed to, I think, but freedom of movement's freedom of movement. It just shouldn't pertain just to the ball.
You want your team to pass the ball more first, but if the calls continue this way, do you want guys to look a little bit more penetrating, knowing that maybe they are going to get the line more or have more?
Yeah, but you have to spread people first. You have to spread people first. So you can't just take it and drive it in there. I mean, I think what and just in the scrimmage and in this game, it seems like they let more go, like people trying to block shots and do things than what they did before. And I think that's probably because that's what are you going to do? I mean, you can't just let them shoot a layup every time. So, it's a work in progress. But I mean, all we can do is continue to do what we do and try to get them to move their feet and keep their hands off. And every time they put their hands off, bring it to their attention. Put their hands on rather, and bring it to their attention. And it's different. I mean, for years and years and years, you taught weak side help. Get to help, get to help, get to help, get to help. And now,
You had 65 fouls and difficult to do it. When you get to the Big 12 and even more athletic players on both sides of the ball, bigger, stronger guys, you gonna have more of that?
well, hopefully, I think everybody will be better by then. Bob, I don't know. I honestly, I feel bad for the officials, which I never thought I'd ever say that. I mean, I can't believe it came out of my mouth. But I mean, there's so much pressure on them to call hand checks. and we talked to, for how many years did they say we're going to clean up post play? They never did, But I think this is real. I think they're gonna keep calling it.
Coach, where's the give and take with a guy like Nate, where offensively, he can make shots, help you spread the floor, but then I know you guys are obviously working with him defensively. What kind of give and take do you get with a young player like that?
Well, it's a fine line offensively in that we want Nate to shoot the ball, and I want him to know we want him to shoot the ball. But, in the first half he shot one, he fielded off his ankles. He's not making that. I mean, those don't go in, so don't shoot it. In the second half, against pressure, he shot one, he didn't have his feet under him, and it barely grazed the rim, and that's from where he shot it from, that's a shot he makes at a very high percentage, but he didn't have his feet down. Don't shoot it, But at the same time, I don't want him thinking I'm saying don't shoot. Aaron Harris is such a good kid and such a competitive kid that he wants to win, but he can't force things to where he forces things into turnovers and bad shots and those kind of things. Now I think everybody realizes I'm not dumb enough to tell Aaron Harris don't shoot, but that it's a fine line between take good shots. I think the game still comes down to take all shots you think you can make. If you don't think you can make it, or it's a shot that you're not going to make, don't shoot it. And don't get out of the realm of what you are. You know what I mean? You never saw Ray Allen making spin moves and dribbling between his legs and step backs, and he did what he did. He came off of screens. He was maybe the best catch and shoot guy. He and Reggie Miller in years, but they did what they did, and great at it. And I think that's what we're trying to do, But it's a fine line, because sometimes then they think, well, he doesn't want me to do this. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. But when you get out of your comfort zone, you stand out in a negative way. It's like, why didn't he make the extra pass? Why did he fake the pass and shoot it and not pass the ball? Well, he shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Because I think we can if we had one guy who could shoot, but we don't, and when we get Terry back, that'll be another guy who can make shots. So that one more pass becomes, you pass up a good shot to get a better shot. Who, Aaron? Nate? No, he pretty much played the way he's been playing in practice. I think the biggest difference, Dave, is that he's gained 30 pounds. He's gained 30 pounds. And when he broke his foot a year ago, he knew he had to get stronger, and and that was, he couldn't really run and shoot and do stuff, so he started lifting then, and then he got into it a lot earlier, I think, than what a lot of guys do. And he's gained 30 pounds. He's going to be a big guy. He's going to be a big physical guy before it's all over with.
Anything from Remy tonight that would make you think he wouldn't play Friday?
Well, I can't. I could have played him more, but he hasn't. He practiced yesterday for the first time, and I can't play a guy who hadn't practiced. It doesn't set well with me, and I know it wouldn't set well with everybody else that had practiced the whole time. That's just, so now he's kind of sat there, and those other guys have played, so now we're back to square one, and if he deserves to play more minutes, he certainly will. But I think he'll be full go.